So, heart-centered meditations, there's a couple of layers to them. The first is that it connects you to that idea of love, compassion, tenderness, connection, all those good feelings that we like to attract ourselves towards. And it also helps to regulate the nervous system because when we're in that space of compassion and acceptance and openness, we're not activated into our sympathetic nervous system response. So that's what we're going to focus on this month is these types of meditations that really help connect us to that inner light within us, that inner love within us. It's going to be all touchy-feely. I hope that's okay. So with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. So please sit comfortably. Let your legs be uncrossed. Let your eyes close, your shoulders drop. Maybe taking a couple of deep breaths in and out if you need to, especially if you're feeling stressed or anxious. And then feel yourself arrive into your body, the space occupied by your body. Feeling your body move with your breath, expanding and contracting. Inhale and exhale. And as we're tuning in here, I'd like you just to notice how close you feel to your heart right now. And so as I talk about being connected to openness and love and compassion, does that feel accessible to you in this moment? Does it feel further away? Does it feel tentative? There's no wrong answer here. We're definitely not judging the answer. But just noticing if there's any part of your system that might be resistant to the idea of connecting in this way. And if there is any resistance that's present, just accept that it's there. It doesn't have to stop the process, but it can be here. You might even invite that feeling of resistance to relax if it wants to. And then tune your awareness back to your breath. Again, the body expanding and contracting. Inhale and exhale. And feel your breath moving slowly and steadily. Try to relax any urgency in your breath. And then keeping your breath slow and steady, we'll build toward the expanded breath. So inhaling slowly, please fill your lungs to a comfortable capacity. So not straining at all, but filling your lungs as much as you can. Then as you exhale slowly, take the breath past the point where you normally would stop and come to a comfortable point of completion, not straining, but evacuating the lungs. And then continue to move or breathe between these 2 points, slowly inhaling to a full breath, slowly exhaling to a complete breath. Breathing fully, and again, relaxing any urgency in the breath. There's no rush here. Now your mind may wander, as is the tendency of the mind. And if it does, just bring it back to this expanded breath. Inhaling fully, exhaling completely. We'll continue for about another minute or so. And as you complete this next exhalation, you can relax the technique. You may notice the breath wants to stay at a fuller capacity. You can allow that if you want. And then bring your awareness to the heart center, or the point at the center of your chest inside of your body. And staying aware of this point, I'd like you to think of the first thing that comes to your mind when I ask the question, what brings you joy? What brings you joy? You might be surprised by what comes up first. You might not be surprised. Whatever it is, just go with it for today. And holding that thing that brings you joy in your mind, I want you to feel the joy that it brings you as if you were interacting with it in this moment. So if it's a person, you're with them. If it's a space, you're there. If it's an experience, you're experiencing it again. But feel the joy that this thing brings. Now, as you feel that joy, there is likely to be a corresponding physical sensation to it. You might feel it at the heart, it might feel like a fluttering at the abdomen, a light in the brain. Maybe you feel it in your shoulders or your arms. Just notice how that joy is physically manifesting. And then see that feeling transform into light inside of your body. And as you see that light, let it fill your entire body. And your body filled with light, I'd like you to imagine that there is a pinhole at the center of your chest that the light can shine out into the world. And allow the light to shine outward, infinite in its expression, illuminating the space around you. And if it's helpful, you can imagine that you're sitting in a dark room and the only source of light is coming from this pinhole. And allow that light to be so bright that it illuminates the entire room. Even the space behind you, that's how bright it is. And then feel that light press beyond these walls into the rest of the building that you're in. And see that light spill out into the streets, expanding outward in all directions across the town and city. And see that light expand into neighboring regions and cities. Across waters, mountains. This light making its way across the land. Into neighboring states, across oceans. expanding into neighboring countries, across deserts, forests, plains, across the continent, across other oceans, into other continents, other countries, other mountains, deserts, other seas. This light spreading across the world. And you may get to a point where you're holding the entire world in this light. That light having reached around the entire planet. And imagine that this light is touching every being on the planet, each and every one. And imagine that this light is cultivating peace for each person and being in this world. This light making each one a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. And imagine that this light could heal every being on this planet. Imagine this light could bring comfort to everyone, everyone in the world, like a blanket, comforting each person, each being. And as you wrap the world in this light, providing that peace, that healing, and that comfort, did you also include yourself? You count as one of every being on this planet. Allow yourself to receive that support, that peace, that healing. and that comfort. You're not separate from the world. Letting this light wrap around you just as you allowed it to wrap around everything else. Wrapping the world in the light of your heart. That compassion, that love, that openness and spaciousness. And leave this connection, this light spreading, leave it there in your mind, that intention being set. Then notice your body again and how you feel in your body. It might feel different than before. It might not. You might feel yourself more connected to those heart qualities, and you might not. Just noticing if you do. Knowing that you can reconnect to these qualities, the heart, anytime that you need to. But keeping them with you for now. When you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. Bring your palms together and rub them together, creating heat. Bring the heated palms over your eyes, brushing over your head and down your neck. Slowly bringing yourself back to the space.